And it says we're live. So I'm just checking on my phone to make sure that technology is working.
Amazing.
Make sure our own personal vibration is open and the channel's open, and let's make sure it's working here. Okay, so looks like we're on. So if anybody's watching, you're watching the replay, let us know. If you're watching live, just chat in the comments what's coming up for you. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jacqueline Kane, medical intuitive and low back pain specialist, helping women uncover and clear all the energetic blocks that are stopping them, whether it's ancestral, inner child healing, anything, to open up the channels, to receive more abundance, to feel good, to be pain-free and live happy and have all the energy you need to do everything you desire. Because we get really excited doing this work of all the things that show up for us, right? That bucket list we create a bucket list for someday. That someday shows up faster and faster the more we clear our own energy and all the connections in our lives. So say hello, Joyce. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. Me too. I'm happy to be here.
And so I wrote something, I think it was 2 days ago, about the energy of it's not enough. And I thought we would just have a conversation about it's not enough. And I wrote it because it's not how I feel all the time, but there are just moments when I'm going along and I'm getting busy with life, doing everything. And maybe my energy starts dipping. I'm not as excited about life. I'm not as, it's when our defense team, right? Our defense voices and the doubt shows up. I have a lot of tools right now to move through that faster. But no matter where you are in life, because I know for me, I'm always up leveling. I'm always, whether it's pushing the envelope or just wanting more, right? Because I remember those days when I'd be exhausted and having pain in the body and living in fear and worry and doubt and wondering, is this it? And when you're not there anymore, life is freaking exciting and fun, right?
Absolutely.
So, but it does creep in a little bit, right? So we just honor it. We just feel it, sense it, move through it, acknowledge it, do the tools. I journal or tap or whatever you need to do to move through it. So if Joyce, my counterpart, if you want to share anything that's coming up for you right now.
Well, just as you're talking about it, the ups and downs, if you're going along fine and then you go down, it's like a zone that you go through, sort of like when you're out in your car driving and you lose your signal on your phone. You go through a zone and it's like, here you are having this great conversation and then just, it drops out, it's gone. But you go a little bit further and it's right back again, because you have the power to do the what you need, the tapping and the journaling to get back. So it's like a zone you pass through, and maybe you need that to appreciate the good stuff.
Yes.
So I realize more now than ever that, you can have those zones or those times when you really wonder what are you doing? What
are we doing here?
Yeah, and what should you be doing? It's definitely and it just gives you a chance to sit up and take notice and recharge.
Yeah, and I love that. It is kind of like we're on a freeway, right? My human body is on a highway and a freeway, and there's a little low energy here. Is it mine? Is it somebody else's? Do I need to address it? Can I move through? How can I move through it so that it's not causing havoc in my body, right?
Right.
And first, I was talking to a friend today, and her brother is dealing with some health issues. And she's like, how can I have this conversation with him? And I said, well, first it's awareness. First, we have to be aware of the body we're living in. We have to be aware of our emotions. And I was told one time how when we go from when our soul first enters into our body, it's a limitation. Our soul is endless and expansive. And here we are putting it in our body, this human form, that can immediately cause us to start feeling limited and trapped and small, right? Yeah. And where does that show up in your life? And sometimes that's why it's so hard to shift from feeling trapped and small to feeling expansive, because it came from when we first entered into this physical form, right?
That's interesting.
It's an interesting way to look at it, right?
Well, it's just interesting because I just had a reading yesterday, and one of the cards was like a person, and then behind it was all going back, like vibrations back. And what interpretation, it was I forgot, it was an angel. I forgot what the name was now because I'm not that familiar with it. And it was like what I felt like it was like an echo going out, but it was also could been from out there, the power coming into myself. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of, what you just mentioned, I could just picture that card, which,
yeah,
you picked that. So it's amazing how this energy and stuff works. I'm still amazed constantly with it.
Well, it's because we don't see it, right? So we have to tune into it. We have to feel into it. But yeah, anything can go forward, backward, even future, sideways. Where is it? And get the more in tune and present we get to each moment, and stop the spinning in the head, right?
Right.
And get down in your body, get grounded, feel what you're feeling, and realize that most people have been taught to not feel their feelings because it was painful. Whatever we experienced as a child, many people have lived through trauma, all kinds of trauma. And if you were in an environment where, for example, maybe your father was kind of closed-hearted and made jokes that really weren't all that funny, but everybody laughed at them, right? And you were terrorized and scared of waiting for the next time he would make a joke and everybody would laugh at you. And that child lives in that environment day after day after day. So your nervous system is hardwired to expect everybody to laugh at you. And it's in fear. So there's always a part of you that's tense. And what can you do to help calm all these parts of you that are scared, right? That are still scared because that was trauma, right? And you can do that by journaling, by breathing, being in nature, do as much as you can to help yourself feel safe, no matter what's going on. And then when you get to one level, keep doing it, because then you'll continue to feel safer and safer, and more things will be able to show up for you because you're open to receiving more. So Would you like to do some tapping just to keep the receiving open?
Absolutely.
All right.
What would
Let's
you
just
say if I said no? You know I wouldn't say no.
That's your choice. I'll sit here and tap by myself. Good point. All right, so we'll just go right through the points. There was a time
And there was time
when I was living in doubt,
when I was living in doubt,
and life was hard.
and life was hard.
It was really hard.
It was really hard.
And that energy
And that energy
and that part of me
and that part of me
is still inside of me.
is still inside of me.
And sometimes she shows up
And sometimes she shows up
by shutting everything down for me.
by shutting everything down for me.
Maybe by causing drama.
Maybe
by causing drama.
Maybe by causing drama
Because the holidays are coming.
because the holidays are coming.
And that means I have to see my family.
Now it means I would have to see my family.
And they are my hardest people.
And they are my hardest.
They are my hardest teachers.
They are my heart teachers.
They teach me what my soul needs to learn.
They teach me what my soul needs to learn.
And that can be hard.
And that can be hard.
So I honor me in this story.
So I honor me in this story.
I honor all that I've been through.
I honor all that I've been through.
And I honor my family.
And I honor my family.
For all that they've been through.
For all that they've been through.
Because I know.
Because I know.
That on some level.
That on some level.
We all love each other dearly.
We all love each other dearly.
And everybody's doing the best.
And everybody's doing the best.
That they can.
That they can.
I honor everybody.
I honor everybody.
And I honor me.
And I honor me.
And I release.
And I release.
All the self-doubt.
All the self-doubts.
That I can't do it.
And I can't do it.
That it's not enough.
That it is not enough.
That I'm not enough.
That I'm not enough.
I release it.
I release it.
From every cell of my being.
For every cell in my being.
So that I can be free.
So that I can be free.
Of that old energy.
Of that old energy.
And I can receive more.
And I can receive more.
Receive more love.
Receive more love.
Support.
Support.
Guidance.
Guidance.
And just fun.
And just fun.
And live my life.
And live my life.
For me.
For me.
Because I matter.
Because I'm rather.
I matter and I'm worthy.
I matter and I'm worthy.
And that all starts today.
And that all starts today.
So take a deep breath and let that go. And just tune into your body and notice what you feel.
It's always just that calming feeling that everything is just gelling out.
Yeah.
and sometimes it's stronger than others. Sometimes it's just that pleasant, like you just want to just say, that's good. Really, I mean, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. The shoulders come down. I feel more in my body, more grounded.
Yeah.
It feels more balanced.
And also your mind just feels clearer. I mean, it's lighter. It's just lighter. Yeah. It feels amazing.
Yeah. Good. Sometimes because it builds up, right? If we don't talk about it, and especially with the isolation, it gathers and it builds in the mind.
It doesn't, and you don't really know that it's happening until it reaches a certain point, and then you wonder, like, what the heck is wrong? And even if you try to think back, sometimes your mind just doesn't let you do that um, until you decide, well, I got to do something about this, and then you realize as you go through the tapping that it just dissipates, and you know that you've been holding something that you didn't need to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It works for me.
It works for me too. Thankfully, it works for me too.
So if you're watching, let me know how this tapping worked for you, and share what's coming up. And I hope everybody gets back into their high vibe. And if you're in your high vibe, please share what works for you.
Yeah.
What do you do to stay high vibe and keep your energy up? So Joyce, thank you for being here. Any last words?
No, it's I'm ready to take a little vacay and move forward, and they weren't good. It's a good way to go.
Yeah. And actually, I'm away next Thursday too. So we will both be back sharing a lot in 2 weeks.
There we go.
Bye, everybody.
Take care now.